Hi there. Jennifer here. You know, for the longest time, I lived in misery. I had everything that I ever dreamed of having, and yet I was absolutely miserable. I don't know if you've been this way, but you think that it's the car, the house, the kids, the husband, and you're still unhappy. That was me. And when we're blaming other people for our unhappiness, guess what happens? We stay stuck in misery. So I'm going to give you 5 ways to be happy with yourself, with your life, starting right now. Now, the first one is awareness. How do I feel? How am I feeling today? How am I responding to others? Because our mood affects other people's moods. Okay, so that's the first one, awareness of ourselves in relation to others. The second, number 2, hi there, is to be aware of others. How are they responding? Are they angry? Are they upset? Can I say the things I want to say, or do I need to just zip it? Because our awareness of how other people are feeling determines how we respond, right? You know, if everybody's laughing and having a great old time, you know, teasing somebody could be okay. But if the person that you're with has just had a big breakup or lost a major client or is not feeling happy or well, then you don't want to be teasing them and poking fun at them, right? So the first one is awareness of ourselves, how we feel. The second is awareness of others around us and how they feel. Now, the third one, you're going to love this, compassion for ourselves. Because for the longest time, I don't know if you're like me, but I beat myself up. I was mean to myself. I replicated the programs that my parents instilled in me, right? They were critical, they were toxic. And so I was toxic to myself. I was negative to myself. I judged myself. I also, interestingly enough, also judged other people. So the more we judge ourselves, the more critical we are of ourselves, the more critical of everyone else we are. And so compassion has to come from ourselves first. You cannot have compassion for other people before yourself, because what happens if you don't exist? Then you have no influence, you know, right? So being kind to yourself, being compassionate for yourself and where you're at. And of course, while we're being compassionate for ourselves, we're also taking care, making sure we get enough sleep, making sure we have enough nutrition, enough good water, and surrounding ourselves with positive people. All right, so what's the fourth one? You guessed it, compassion for everyone else. And so this compassion for everyone else allows us to soften our gaze and to be and sit with and hold energy and space for other people without judgment. Unconditional love means we don't judge. We don't try to fix them. We don't try to tell them what they're doing wrong. We listen compassionately. You know, my best friends will listen to me. You know, they're very kind to me with their responses. Otherwise, they're not my friends. And so now the fifth one, okay, is what's in our heart, the energy we hold. And if we're still playing old recordings, old tapes from our childhood, if we're still running those, I'm not good enough, I'll never be good enough, mommy didn't love me, daddy left. If you're still running those tapes and still feeling sorry for yourself for those things, you're stuck and mired in the wrong place. All of that stuff was not meant to get you held up or imprison you or make you suffer the rest of your life. It was the it was the kick in the tuchus. I'm a little dyslexic. It was the kick in the butt. It was the catalyst to make us go, oh, I'm not happy with my life. I need to do something about it. That's what that was for. It wasn't meant to keep us stuck. It wasn't meant to keep us in abuse or suffering. It was a little blip in time to get us to recognize we need to be responsible for our own actions and our own emotions. And we can't be blowing up and yelling at people or treating them like crap, right? And telling them to F off, because that's rude, right? And so our feelings are important, yes. The past, though, is not meant to keep us in this downward spiral of I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not loved. All of those things are not true. So when we start on the upward spiral, we are taking responsibility for ourselves, our life, our actions, and our programming. This. And when we start focusing on what we're thinking and what we're saying to ourselves in our darkest, most private moments, that's the tell. That is the tell. Where am I? What do you say to yourself when you're all alone? What do you say when the chips are down? What do you say when you look at your bank account and it's dwindling and you don't see money coming in? What do you say to yourself? I'll tell you what I do. The universe loves and supports me in all I do. I must be given space to do some health work or self-healing and nurturing. So I'm going to take this time to focus on a new book, focus on healing myself, focus on, maybe some new modalities, which I am doing, focus on creating something new for my followers, for my people. You're given space to do something. And when we're in service, how do we feel? We feel so much better, right? But sometimes we need downtime. Maybe you've been working your butt off and you needed a little space. So allow yourself the space without fear. This space is necessary for me, and I will utilize it to my best ability. I will take the time to read the books I need to read. I'll get my laundry done, my housework done. I'll get organized. I'll get my taxes done. This space is for something, so use it wisely. All right, so the 5 things, the 5 keys to being happy. Being responsible for yourself, for your emotions, for how you feel, what you think, the thoughts you think. But number 1, right? Awareness for how you feel and what you're saying to yourself. Number 2, awareness for others, the other people around you. What kind of mood are they in? What do they need? Can you say the things that you thought you could say? Maybe you need to, just be there. Be positive, smile. Tell people that you love them rather than judge. I'm looking, hi Liza, nice to see you. Okay, so that's awareness for ourselves, awareness for others, and then compassion for ourselves, compassion for others, and ultimately responsibility for ourselves. We have to take stock of where we're at. We have to take stock of what we're thinking, how we're feeling, and take the time that we have to make ourselves feel better, to read the book, get the rest, do the healing, attend the workshop. But being responsible for ourselves is paramount. Responsibility denotes no blame. We are no longer blaming anyone for where we're at, and recognize everything that happened up until now was for my good, for my highest and best good. And I know if you've had trauma like I've had, if you've had trauma in your childhood, it's hard to say to yourself, well, that happened for a purpose. That served a purpose for my highest good. Eventually, you're going to come to that place. Maybe you're not there just yet. My mother's almost 100, and so I've been on the planet with her for quite a number of years. I've had lots of opportunities to heal myself, to see what I'm feeling, to have awareness and unconditional love for myself. That is paramount. So don't beat yourself up. Don't be mean to yourself. Don't replicate the patterns from your childhood. It's time to eradicate them. And if you're over 40 and you're still not happy, join me for my webinar tonight. It's free. I guarantee you'll feel a lot better than when you first step into the Zoom room. So it's on my website, it's on my Facebook page, it's on my LinkedIn page, it's also on my Instagram page. Join me tonight at 5 p.m. Mountain for my free webinar. And here we are going into Valentine's Day, and I've got lots of goodies for you. Sending you lots of love. Thanks for being here. Much love. Mwah. Love yourself fearlessly.